and welcome to Paint with Jen. We have a very, very special episode because we have a extra special guest star. It's world famous author Sylvia McNicoll. She has written over 30 books for children and young adults. She has traveled all over the world, across Canada, to South Korea, to Colombia, promoting her books and talking to children and young adults all about her writing. Her latest book, Body Swap, right here, is about a teenager and an elderly woman who switch bodies and have to deal with that. Is there anything else you want to say about your awesome new book?
Well, that it's kind of a natural thing when you think any young adult writer who isn't exactly a young adult switches bodies, or switches souls rather, and especially if you write first person. So my whole life, in essence, I've become a child in pages, and now my character officially does too.
Oh, that's actually an interesting insight. So what would you say is your greatest accomplishment?
Oh yeah, I'm supposed to say you, and I have 3 kids. I don't like greatest. Certainly my kids are, my 3 children are something I'm very proud, are something, accomplishments that I'm very proud of.
Okay, so, and the other question is, when was the last time you painted a picture, Mom?
In kindergarten, I think. I'm kind of a little anxious. Some people have math anxiety. I have that too, but I also have art anxiety, especially since all my children and especially my grandchildren are so talented.
Yeah, well, I don't know what that's about.
No, I think when we were in school, trees were red, and then you put little dots for red apples. You put a sun in the sky, your house was peaked. Grass was green, flowers were red. It was very prescribed.
You don't have to make the grass. You can make the grass anytime you want. You don't have to even have grass.
No.
If you don't want to.
I'm not going to put a house in.
I think the
or a
goal
sun
with this,
in the corner.
The goal with this is to have fun.
Okay. So far so good.
So we're going to have fun.
Right.
Okay. That's important. It's very important. I feel like we should just paint and see where it takes us. Our prompt today, because of Body Swap, and you have to kind of read the book to see why this is pertinent to Body Swap, but because of Body Swap, the prompt today is Carpe Diem, and that's what we're doing. We're seizing the day.
Seizing the day.
You're still anxious, I can tell.
I am.
But
I'm anxiously going to seize the day.
And I don't know, did I mention we're going to do a Body Swap?
No.
In the middle of our painting? Okay, here's what we're going to do. Because of Body Swap, we are going to switch bodies. Not really, but we are going to switch paintings. So we're going to paint for a little bit.
Yes.
And then we're going to paint on each other's paintings. And both paintings will be like a shared collaborative experience.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You'll probably be able to tell which half is whose.
And if you want to...
Oh, and there's little small ones and big ones. So Carpe Diem. Okay. All right. Okay. I like blue, so I'm just going to do... I love blue, actually. If I had my way, every cover of my book would be blue.
Maybe I will start with blue too then. I don't know what I'm painting.
If I put blue, can I paint on top of it? Or does it have to dry first?
These paints dry exceedingly fast,
Oh,
so
good.
I'm just going to make it.
Oh, now you see my training in school. If I put blue on, I'm going to have to put an M for a bird. That would be, and here would be a.
That's very Bob Ross. You have to when you say it though, because we're on a painting show. You have to say, "Oh, it's a happy little bird."
Well, we don't know if he's happy or not. Majestic, whatever.
Why wouldn't he be happy? Don't you want a happy bird?
Blue bird of happiness, but I already have a blue sky, so it can't be a blue bird. So if I want to put a bird, I've got to change colors, right? What if I make the whole thing just blue? Because that's like the cover, the background. Can I do that? Or do you put in the background after?
There's no rules here on Paint with Jen.
Ha 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 ha. Ah, okay now. I was thinking of putting a bird in, but that is so 1960s school. I'm not going to put a
What's wrong with
word.
1960s? 1960s produced some great people, great stuff.
What do I want to put in? Something that is different. You know what I love about a sky is when a plane goes across it and scratches a white line in it. I wonder what would happen if I did that.
Try it.
I don't know if it's going to, but should I wait a little bit longer? So
What are you waiting for?
For the paint to dry so it doesn't go blue.
No, it's dry.
There's my plane has just gone across the sky.
If you blend the paint, that's okay too. I think Bob Ross would like it.
See, I'm not familiar with Bob Ross. I remember John Nagy. And I used to watch that. The way kids watch cooking shows today, they watch cooking shows because it's relaxing and that. I watched him paint, and he would always say, "Oh, buy my kit."
Yeah.
And of course, there was no way that I could afford his kit. I was just a kid with no credit card, and we didn't even have credit cards in those days. Those were the days. Nobody had credit cards. When I think of seize the day, I think of parachuting out of an airplane. Because that's what everybody wants to do if they think they're, I think everybody wants to.
I 100% do not want to do that, and I forbid anyone who I know and care about from even trying it.
And yet, you fly to Mars.
Well, that's different.
No, I think it's way riskier than jumping out of an airplane.
Yeah, but...
How come my parachute looks like a cloud? How do I make it more parachute? Oh, there'll be strings.
Well, I don't know. You want to switch?
You got an eyeball. I like your eye. That's very good.
I just had an idea of wanting to paint an eye. I don't know how that has to do with Seize the Day, but that's what I'm painting right now.
Yeah, this definitely looks like a cloud. I know.
Parachutes have they have a arc on the bottom because they're the air is going underneath them and it's pushing.
Well, parachutes also can have sections too.
Oh yeah, because it's like when you're in a
hot air balloon or something.
Well, I was thinking about in primary school where you have the big parachute and you're just doing a.
Yeah, that reminds me. I've done it white, which is again very old school. Maybe I should add some color.
All right, we're gonna switch.
Okay, just at the right time because.
No, not switch palettes. Switch places.
Switch palette.
Here.
You
want to switch palettes? We could.
I don't care. We're switching bodies.
All right, we're in a new body, everyone.
Seize the day, and I've got an eyeball. Oh, I have this idea that this eyeball is perhaps the eyeball.
This is supposed to be a parachute. So
I wonder why I have two white ones. Okay, I got yellow. Do you have a yellow?
I have. I don't have a yellow paintbrush.
Okay.
My yellow's dirtier than yours already.
I'm thinking that this eyeball is shooting lightning from it. Oh my goodness. Whoops.
Like this.
But when you shoot it, you shoot it right. I feel that I'm going to ruin your painting.
You can't.
Ooh,
If you do, you owe me $2.50 because that's how much I paid for the canvas.
Ooh. $2.50.
Yeah,
That's a
the
good
dollar
deal.
store, right? It's the best.
The $2.50 store, not the dollar store.
Yeah, inflation, man.
So this does not look like right, and yet looks like a yellow zipper. Aha! And if it's coming from the eye, once she's dry, I think I should put some yellow. I like, when I watch you, you put shading in and everything.
Well, we'll get there. We'll get the shading in.
Oh, I know.
Shading is kind of like a final.
So
A final sort of thing, I think.
I don't want to put, I don't know if I can. And she's going to have brown lightning in her eye.
I'm using my skin color I just mixed to make this guy, but now he looks naked. I have to add clothes to him. I didn't mix enough skin color for even this small little man.
So, I'm thinking that eyeball has power, extra power, and it's seizing the day to do something amazing. What does the eyeball do? What it wants, it makes happen. That's it. That's how it seizes the day. So what's it gonna make happen? What does an eyeball want to happen?
an interesting way of going about the prompts.
Mm.
I'm just like,
You know, okay, this is a stupid question. What colors are there in the rainbow?
a rainbow is Roy G. Biv, so
Yeah, it means nothing to me.
the R stands for red.
Yeah.
The O stands for orange.
Oh.
The Y stands for yellow.
Wait, red? No.
Okay, well, I'll go sorry. Let you paint your red.
Well, even if my rainbow is not exactly the rainbow, as long as people understand that it represents the rainbow, it can be kind of a Picasso rainbow or something that more representational.
Picasso was known for using all the wrong colors.
No, he's not. I don't even know. See, I didn't take art history. I didn't even take art in high school. Okay, I've got my red down. What color am I moving to?
Orange.
Orange.
Normally I just paint and my viewers don't get this art tutorial.
Well, yeah, there you go. And now we could sell a John Nagy kit.
Yeah. Or you could go to the dollar store, get a set of paints for $4. And honestly, it's not a really good set of paints because it's a very small set of paints.
Oh, it works.
Right, it works, but I have doubts that it's actually cheaper because I just I basically do like, oh, you can hear.
In the background, we have Worf, and in Body Swap, we have a dog too. And the dog is a Chinese crested dog.
Yeah, Worf is not a Chinese crested dog.
No. Worf is actually another book that I wrote called What the Dog Knows. Did very well in Norway.
It did very well in Norway. I told you she was internationally famous.
I was internationally
You thought I was making it up.
Famous is not a word you use for a writer. But
why would it not be
read? But because I think people read books and they might remember the color of the cover, they might remember the character, but unless they read a series like Nancy Drew and then they remember Carolyn Keenan, that's not even the writer. That's just a fake name for the writer or a pseudonym. So what comes after orange?
Yellow.
Yellow. Oh, that's gonna interfere with my lightning.
Oh, too bad. That's the color that comes next.
That's life in the
His life in the
slow lane. Well, what if I outline my lightning with black?
Trying to mix a nice hair color. It's because this is clearly world famous author Sylvia McNicoll jumping in.
Yes, yeah. Well, I've been debating, I used to work for a magazine, and just when we were all kind of let go, CN Tower invented the, thing where everyone leans back over the sky.
You mean like the glass floor?
No, that you put a harness on it, looks like bungee jumping.
So it's a scary thing.
Oh, yeah.
Well, maybe don't do that, I don't like it.
I'll go to Mars instead. Oh, I don't think that was a good idea, outlining in black.
Well, there's no black on your palette. I don't use black.
Oh, I outlined in purple.
It's purple. I mean, you can have black. I do have it. I just don't use it. For painting.
I kind of just wanted an outline so that I could keep going with, so that people would understand.
Your hair is dark, but it has white and dark.
Silver, I'm the silver fox. That's wisdom. That was my Body Swap look, actually. I thought Body Swap deals with ageism.
To promote your book, you would start.
Well, it's not to promote my book. It's to walk the walk. I mean, when you write a book, sometimes you take yourself through an experience, and the experience is dealing with ageism. And one of the things about ageism, I think, is this preoccupation with trying to get your hair to stay whatever color you think it. I mean, we don't really want it to be, say, brunette. If you're brunette, it's got to be all streaky.
Yeah.
It's not, well, it doesn't have to be.
This is the thing, children have highlights. We're trying to make ourselves look even younger than 20. We're trying to make ourselves look like a toddler.
Oh, no, I don't think. Fashion statement. I think we feel that we've always felt that brown hair is boring.
That's
And so that's where the
It's most
streaks
common
came
hair
in.
color.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and then blondes too, they like to have blonde or streaks.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to say, it kind of sparkles you up to have lighter streaks, not to have all one color. But then, you know, your whole youth, if you're dyeing your hair, and then all of a sudden you get gray, and you have no idea how fast your hair grows until you start dyeing to get rid of gray roots. And it does feel like a cheat. Like, if I actually have gray hair, I've earned it. I'm of an age. So if I'm talking about ageism, then I think I should accept my age. I think the thing about ageism, though, is you shouldn't have a prescribed behavior or attitude towards someone because of their age. Or the people with the age. Like, so, you know, if you're a certain age, you gotta have your hair cut. You can't wear your hair long anymore. Or there's all these kind of things. Or
Yeah, if
you
you're,
know.
it's about weight as well. It's like if you're too heavy, you can't wear such and such a thing. Or
yeah, and that's
Yeah.
body image we talk about. What's after yellow?
Green.
Green is
I think I still have to outline it in purple in the eyeball.
Because like, it goes like, it's like, if you mix yellow and red, you get orange, right?
Right.
If you mix yellow and blue, you get green. So it's like, the colors are blending into each other. Yeah.
Ah, yeah, they do what, like when you see it. I think rainbows are so nice. You know, and there's the whole myth, or if you're religious, you believe it, that, you know, it's God's promise. And so you have that hopeful
the
thing.
rainbow
Yeah.
or gray hair.
Well, gray hair is a promise. No, it's not. It's just a pigmentation.
I have a couple gray hairs. I'm just leaving them.
Well, that'll multiply. Well, it's up to you. You don't have to leave them. You're still in the age where you like to dye hair for fun.
Yeah.
It doesn't become fun anymore when it's like $200 to go to the hairdresser and you need to do it every 3 weeks.
regardless, but yeah.
You know, you go every 3 weeks, and if you don't go every 3 weeks, then you're playing games. You're like coloring it with a pencil or something. But it does feel like when you let yourself go gray, that you're letting yourself get older.
But you get, the time passes regardless of what color your hair is, right?
Well, what I think I've learned is that your behavior, how old you are, is determined more by your health than your. Oh, I love it. I love yours. Okay, what's after yellow? Did you say? You said green, but I don't feel my yellow is sufficient. I need more yellow.
After yellow's green, yeah.
I-
Do you want more yellow? Like
Yeah,
there's more.
maybe. Yeah.
There we go.
That's good.
It's
It's a different yellow, but that's okay.
yeah, but you mix it. That's fine.
Well, I'm not mixing.
Well,
Do you think
mixing-
I am a scientist? I'm an artist, not a scientist.
Well, a lot of science and art. Art is one of those things. It encompasses all the disciplines. So if people don't think art is important, they always like say, "Oh, but there's a lot of math in art. Oh, but there's a lot of science in art." Well, there's a lot of.
Do people think art is not important? You know what? I
I don't
think, you know what has been
It's the most
discounted?
important.
Well, what has been discounted, we've always concentrated on our physical health. And now people are talking about mental health issues. And with that, we've got to figure out what makes us mentally healthy. Ergo, art.
Well,
You know.
it can be art. It can be writing.
Well, it doesn't have to be art. No. By art, I meant a broader thing. By art, and I know art always seems to be
Well,
visual.
This is
But
sort
I mean,
of.
music is art as well.
This is sort of halfway the kind of message of this channel. This is not art I'm making to like sell to anybody, and this is art that because it's just for fun. People should make art for fun, and also to sell to people. I mean, whatever you want to do, but
Well, selling, I mean, if you use that as a measurement of how good your art is,
yeah.
it's so heartbreaking because I think people for art, they will buy something that goes with the decor of their homes rather than,
Yeah. They'll also buy something because someone else says that they're famous. You know, it's not about what they like, it's about prestige.
well, I don't know if the normal person's like that. If you're talking some bank
No.
wants to have paintings on the
Normal
wall,
people
they're
aren't
going
buying a buying art. All right.
to. What happens? What are we switching?
I think we should switch.
Again? Oh, I'm going to ruin yours. Is so beautiful.
I can finish up your rainbow.
How many more colors are there?
2.
Oh, I love yours. I don't even want to wreck it. Ooh, okay.
Well, there's a whole blank area right here,
Ah,
and
I know.
I'm gonna keep switching.
All right.
You
Oh,
can call
wow.
switch 2 anytime you want. I just
Okay,
I just
alright.
have like a feeling it's time to switch.
Oh, I'm just loving her hair and her hands. Hands are so difficult. If you put all 5 fingers, they end up, in kindergarten.
Oh yeah,
it's
you
always
just
a big,
you
huge-
start
yeah.
normal sized hand, and then it's like it
Oh,
looks
I
like
know
it has
that.
12 fingers like coming
Yeah.
off the side. Yep. Yep.
Ooh, I don't want to wreck her beautiful hair. Oh, you did such a good job with her hair. That's the problem with, you're saying you do the foreground first. If you do the background, I guess there's a problem.
Well, you know what? You're probably right, and probably other people don't do it the way I do it. But you just fix it. You
Well,
can
there's
paint over
advantage.
it.
Oh yeah, see, I don't know how to fix things. I did not go to.
Happy accidents.
My degree is in English. I was just thinking about that today because
I have a minor in professional writing.
Yeah, that's probably more practical than mine. Mine was Beowulf and Chaucer and.
Well, we did a lot of that too.
Did you?
Well, what it was it's like.
I think that's just a torture test. Like, can you survive reading something that's totally not meaningful or relevant to you?
My minor had there were a few courses that you had to take, and then you just took
Oh, I didn't green.
sort of English heavy courses to make up the rest. So it was
period. We had to take. I had a specialization in English, so I had to take period English, and one of them was Sartor Resartus. I don't even know what that was about. I think I used Cole's notes.
I messed up your painting. You were worried about me messing up with you, but I just
Well, just work with it.
yeah, we'll call it a happy accident.
We'll just have it an angry rainbow. I don't know. That could be her eyebrow, not a rainbow.
Yeah,
right?
it does look like your eyebrow.
Like yeah. So it's like she had face painting or something, and this is what she ended up with. Oh, that's a totally
she's like
different
an
grade.
Instagram artist who does all these. We're seeing on Instagram there are all these makeup artists that just do weird things with their makeup instead of not like a normal let's go out to dinner look, but like something like this. You could probably find this on Instagram. Not sure how she put a lightning bolt in her eye. Maybe she's wearing a weird contact.
Well, that's the reflection of it. Is how I figured it. That's why it's in there.
Oh, I get it. What should I add to this?
Whoops. My painting moved.
I mean, does she have a nose? I don't know. This is like that side of this. Her nose would be over here. It wouldn't be seen. I'm just gonna start painting stuff.
I wonder. You're saying it's a she too.
Oh, you're right. It could be a he.
Like a rocker, or just
a
very creative
man. Yeah.
young person.
Young person.
Could be an older person.
It could be. There are no rules here. It could be anybody. Now this person.
And now I'm kind of sorry I did the green because I think it would be more exciting if she was.
Well, is she landing on the ground because the sky is blue?
Well, we had the blue. She's. This is like she's continuing her fall, and in the background you don't see sky. You see green. But I'm wishing I'm going to do it. In fact, I'm going to put a big, huge skyscraper. What's a good color for skyscraper? Do we have gray? I'm supposed
Gray is black.
Okay, but you don't have black. You said
I do
you
have.
purple.
I have black. I just have never opened it because I don't use it. This is my black. Yeah, gray and
Well,
black.
and now
But you
I've
can
got the
also
white with the paintbrush with white. So, oh man, if I use that,
Well, I would use just a little bit
of what?
of black and a lot of white, which is usually my MO. A little bit of something else and a lot of white. In fact, I'm making this person purple for no reason except that it's on my brush.
A little bit of black and a lot of white. Is that what you said?
Yeah, because just a little bit of black. Or mix until it looks like the color you want. I'm not the boss of you. You're the artist.
I'm fascinated by the swirliness of it. I could just swirl for a while.
That's part of the fun, right?
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's too purple. Now it's really purple. Oh dear. Need more white.
skyscrapers
Where's my
are
weight?
so straight. That's Worthy.
Woof! He loves to bark while I'm doing videos. It's like his favorite.
Oh, well, I remember one time I was doing a very serious legal conference call with Access Copyright, and your husband came by and dropped the dog off. And I made the mistake of shutting my office door, which is, help, help, we need to come in to see you. Both dogs. Both dogs. They started barking
I'm
like
worried.
crazy.
Like, I'd let him come in here, but I worry that if he was in here, he would like knock over everything, and then he would and then he'd immediately want to leave. But
Yeah.
we got paints.
The joy is just, Mama, you have the door closed. What are you doing?
Yeah, like, are you eating? Because I want whatever you're eating right now.
Oh, I think my skyscraper might be too small.
Interesting perspective.
No, there's no perspective at all. It's wrong. That is not an interesting perspective. It's now it looks like cake. Or is that maybe darker windows? You know, whenever I'm at a meeting and I'm facing a big tall skyscraper, there's always some poor guy cleaning the windows. And instead of concentrating on the meetings that I'm at, I feel that I'm nervous about the person who's cleaning the window. Why do they have to clean the window?
Why
So
do they have to
often.
clean the windows?
Well, I guess it's nice to have clean windows, but
I just
it seems like a very scary thing to be stuck doing.
Yeah, it's not a job that I would want.
And I
This
don't
is
know,
only- this
does
is-
it pay better because nobody wants it?
I hope so. I
is it-
hope
Or is
that
that
it
just the
pays-
job that we give somebody who has no other prospects, sort of like the dishwasher in the
I
restaurant?
don't know. I don't know.
But I mean,
I
yeah, that's
choose-
something we could, you
In
know,
my world, he gets paid a great deal of money because he
why
should.
don't we have
Or she.
androids for that? Like, you know, you have.
Why don't we have androids?
Yeah, well, we have androids.
That's
that
my
are-
question about everything.
No, but I mean, they pick,
Why don't we have androids for?
they pick up stuff. We don't need an android to pick up stuff. We just
we-
need to force our children to pick
We
up
can
stuff.
have. Yeah, that's harder though. If you want like to make like a brown color.
I don't want a brown color.
Well,
I
if you want like a-
window color.
If you're are you windows or whatever color is inside the room?
Oh, yeah, I suppose that's true. Well, these are tinted. Aha. They look.
I did draw his nose, even though this is not what his nose would be. Whatever.
I
Just,
feel I wish my skyscraper looked taller.
you know what? I think he is a man.
Well, you're starting to call him a he.
Maybe I'll put him a mustache. Well, who's sort of gender ambiguous, but he needs a.
Well, you know, the gender ambiguosity. It's funny how in certain areas we're supposed to be all accepting and everything, and yet forums still continue to insist on wanting to know whether you're male or female, and I don't even know why it's relevant.
Yeah, I don't understand why they need to know, but
Yeah, exactly.
it's.
And on top
I
of
think
that, why
that's
they
just
need to know
an
my birthday
example.
either. That's like ageism, right? Because they're going to think, oh, if you're that age, I can demographically pigeon you into what you're going to buy and predict.
Well, that's
and-
probably the exact reason why they're asking your gender as well. But it might just be an example of like bureaucracy or maintaining old-fashioned ideas and not catching up to what the reality of the
Well, you
times
know
are.
what our government is, or our provincial government, I think, is trying to take a step away from that gender neutralization. You know, it's
I'm not sure. I don't know. Like I think there's
looks more like that telephone booth, doesn't it? Doesn't look like a skyscraper. I need my Etch-a-Sketch. I can draw a really good skyscraper on an Etch-a-Sketch.
It's funny that you have paints and brushes and you want an Etch-a-Sketch, which is like the
Well, just
hardest
for
thing to draw
just for
on.
skyscraper. Oh,
Like-
not for skyscrapers. It makes perfect lines.
You can make lines.
And it's the perfect color for a skyscraper. It's sort of gray. You don't have to color it all in.
All right, we're switching.
Oh, I only have two windows. What the heck are you going to do? Okay, let's see what you do. You've got 2 windows left.
Well,
And now, So this was a mustache, right?
yeah, but it can be whatever you like. Right?
Okay, I think it's gonna
Very
be.
fun.
I think it's gonna be a dragon.
This is. I think this is going to be a good show. I think this is
I
going to
don't
be
know.
entertaining.
See, I want to give him wings. I wonder what color his wings are. I think he's gonna be green. And have these big.
It's like the problem with not switching palettes now is like, no,
Yeah, I know, you
It's
don't-
your exact gray that you had. That's actually not bad. And I didn't use any black. Haha.
I want to make he's a dragon sort of turning on himself. Maybe he needs a little FOMO.
A FOMO.
Is that not a word?
It is, but it's like.
Well, now he looks more like a
those
horse with
new
wings. Well,
words.
that's okay though. That's okay.
Kids are
He can be a Pegasus instead of he's going to be a Pegasus.
Interesting. Huh.
Interesting is kind of a synonym for not so good. Oh look, blue eyes.
How is that?
He's
That
starting
is
to
not
look.
the case. Interesting is not a synonym for not so good.
Well, if you don't know what to say about something, you go, interesting.
No, that's not. That
You
is
could
so
do.
not how I meant it.
Everybody likes a pony anyway. It's not like, I think spiders and snakes that people really don't like sometimes.
Everybody likes ponies.
Hard.
What about someone who's like afraid of ponies?
They
'cause
might be
had
afraid.
A traumatic experience?
Yeah, they could be
like, People
afraid.
fall off of those things.
Yes, well, they're big, right?
But they might not.
Ponies.
But I guess that doesn't translate into not liking ponies.
No, it
It's just not
doesn't
wanting
turn
to
into a
ride them.
phobia. People have phobias. And I think for the most part, if they've never been experienced to a horse before, they kind
It's just like your phobia of painting. Look at you getting over it.
of. It's more. I think as a writer, people expect you to be creative,
You are creative.
and I don't feel that.
You just have a different artistic medium than I do.
Well,
traditionally.
no, but I mean, I was recently interviewed by Amy Mathers in a podcast, and she said, "Oh, you have so much imagination." And I think, no. I feel very dogmatic. I write realistic fiction. I think I have empathy, but I don't have imagination.
Body Swap has a dog who's actually God, and he has a Carpe Diem tattoo. Oh, spoilers.
Well, that's how you identify God whenever he shapeshifts.
Oh, well,
is that-
obviously.
Yeah.
That's just very dogmatic of you and not creative at all, right? Like, it's just like, what? Yeah.
Oh, I like the way your color. Whoops, there's another paintbrush on the floor.
Yep.
I don't know if my pony looks kind of. I like his wing. That's about all I like about my pony. His nose, his spout. It's like a beak. I don't know if I can fix it or if I make it worse. Well, that's a little better, I think.
It's a very green city. Cities aren't usually.
Yeah, I feel it. Yeah, it could be growing plants on the roof. That's a thing now.
Oh, yeah.
And beehives. Oh, so this is the end of their face. What should be there?
Yeah, I didn't give you much space to work with there.
Oh, that's all right. I'm gonna make it maybe red, just because I like red.
So is he painted a Pegasus on his face, or does he actually have a Pegasus like sitting in front of his face?
Oh, I think they, because I'm not saying that's a he or a she.
That's good. Gender neutral pronouns.
Yeah,
We are
yeah.
so woke.
Yes, I didn't know that term. But anyway, they are making something happen that they want. They're seizing the day by making this Pegasus appear. Who doesn't want a flying horse? Combines everything. The beauty of a horse. And
I can't open this with my teeth, because you're gonna be like, I paid for those teeth.
oh, that's so funny. You are now, I don't know how old. Like, that's the kind of thing I would say to your kids now. I would stop saying that to you. In fact, you'll be starting to say that to your kids. That's what's so rewarding about parenthood. Watching your kids. Does anybody really know that I'm your mother on this video? I mean, obviously people who know us.
I think it's pretty clear.
Do they look alike?
I think did we mention it?
No, we did not. I don't.
This is my mom.
You did mention books.
My mom is a world famous
Oh, you might have.
author.
Okay,
Yeah.
there you go.
No, because we were talking about what your best accomplishment was, and you were
Oh,
saying,
right,
Yeah.
right. But yes, you're true. I did maybe mention. I feel that this person needs a cheekbone, but I am hard pressed at how to give them one without interfering with the Pegasus.
Interfere with the Pegasus. What's the big deal?
It's kind of my idea of shading. Wah.
You think about where is the light coming from in the picture, and then things will the light will hit things, and those things will have highlights and shadows behind them. All the shadows will point the same way. Like maybe the light is coming from this lightning bolt, and you just little highlight here, shading here. You know what I mean?
Well, this is supposed to be the cheekbone. Oh, that's what it's supposed to be. It's not looking like a cheekbone.
It's just too harsh. It's all
Too harsh.
you need more.
Purple.
You need to stop painting in gray, or not. Whatever you want to do.
Well, it wasn't gray, it was black, so now I'm putting more white
Well,
in.
black.
Where's your purple? Where's your paint here? Let me see your purple. What about?
Yeah,
I could
it's
just
like
paint
a whitish
over it,
purple.
right?
I.
There
Yeah.
you go. Much better.
All right, we're switching. Switch.
Oh, there's nothing left to paint, my dear.
We're switching. Switch.
Oh, you feel you have to fix my cheekbone.
Maybe.
Okay. Oh, see, there's no rules in painting. Only my way or the sky way.
Yep, that's it. This is my show.
I feel this
Oh
painting.
man, it's blue.
Mm.
See, I ruin things too. I just.
Well, we can just paint over it and make.
Not the whole thing though.
Well, I'm
Well,
thinking
it's like-
purple is not maybe the best skin shade. We could make it a different shade entirely.
See,
I'm liking
I'll
that
add
blue
more.
shade.
I'll make a skin color.
I'm thinking in this window there should be a person or some kind of figure or something. Maybe a little bit of yellow light, just because I like yellow.
Mhm.
Somebody's turned the light on.
It's not totally purple. It's skin colorish.
Ah, I like that. See, look. It's starting to look more red. Oh, no. It dripped.
That's okay.
Oh, sure it
It's okay. It always does.
is. Does it? This
Yep.
was the first drip?
Well, then you're a better painter than me, obviously.
Well, you were painting too and there were no drips.
You got the shape of the horse's face really well.
That's because it was left over from, he was found art. He was your, were you drawing?
Mustache?
Yes, and I thought, mustache, it's a mustache. It's gonna be a horse. Well, it was gonna be a dragon. And then in the dragon I found the inner horse.
Oh, it's lovely. Because
He's got
horses are
one.
really hard to draw, but you got the hard part done there.
So I'm thinking my ceiling needs, or my roof, I don't know, it's just not tall enough.
Dwarfy.
Some kind of radio tower. Duty the airplane here. Oh, now it just looks like an arrow.
The horse of a different color.
Oh, this airplane looks like a bug. It's turned into Revenge on the Fly. It looks like my skyscraper has a sail on it. But skyscrapers always have weird stuff on the top. I'm going to put some green, because I think what's a new thing is skyscrapers have greenery on the top. That's our movement, green roofs. I don't know, I have enough trouble growing plants in ideal situations, like in my backyard where there's soil, and I'm amazed at, like when you see a palm tree growing in the middle of a house or something, which I saw a lot in Colombia.
In the middle of a house?
Well, in the middle of a house, a building, like you'd have a building and they'd have a courtyard, and the courtyard is shaded on all sides by buildings, so, where everybody says in my house nothing grows because our house is tall, and
Is that what people say?
well, it could be that the house is tall, so you're losing a lot of sun, but also they're saying the soil probably has too much acid in.
What soil are you?
The soil, say in our yard, I'm not talking.
Aren't we supposed to be in the fruit lands of Ontario where
I think people say that we have crazy trees growing in our house that we don't tend to a lot, and the acid, and the apples and stuff that just fall to the ground, they put a lot of acid in the soil. I think growing things is not as easy as we think. Gotta be a lot of effort put into it. I don't get weeding either. Why can't they just live side by side, weeds and plants?
Well, it's a competition, so if you want certain plants and not others, you have to remove the competition. If you don't care, then you don't have to weed.
Well, my problem is I can't identify weeds.
Well, anything you don't want is a weed. Anything you do want, like I don't know what weeds are either, but you can see by my garden that I'm not skilled at this.
Well, at least you had zucchini one year. We haven't had any good crop of anything. Kale is supposed to go everywhere.
It's not like I could reproduce that effect. I had
It might have
zucchini
been
one
just
year.
a good year for
And it was just
zucchini. There's my trees growing on my, and they have a special sunlight, I guess, there. Now I'm starting to think I need to have sun. I'm resisting the urge to put a sun in the corner
Well, why don't you put a sun in the corner?
because it's so 1960s. Maybe I just want sunlight.
Again, 1960s. Era of free love,
Oh, not at that point.
Star Trek, the Beatles,
That's my sunlight coming from somewhere.
Doctor Who, Batman. It was a good era.
Yeah,
I mean,
60s.
I wasn't born yet, but so it wasn't perfect.
Well, maybe women's rights. What we don't realize until you look back, say Mad Men or something, Mad Men. That era was hard on women.
Yeah, this era's hard on women.
Yeah, I suppose you're right because now you're expected to have a job, but you're also supposed to have a perfect family.
And there's also sexism, so.
Oh, yeah. I think all I like to do about painting is just put tons of color in everything.
Well, that sounds like a great idea.
I'm done. I'm done. I don't think I can improve on this in any
All
way.
right, but what we have to do,
Yes.
I think we're done. I think that's good.
Oh, I like what
excellent
you've done with the horse.
Things, we need to find a place in the pictures where we can both sign them because they're both our artwork. We have to sign them somewhere.
Oh my goodness, we didn't leave room for that. Do you have to sign your full name or can you just put initials?
Well, you can sign them in any way you want. It's your signature.
Mm-hmm.
It's like your artiste signature. I always sign like Jen Flipz because this is my artiste name currently, so I'm going to sign it right here.
I'm just going to do an S because S is a really nice letter.
It is a nice letter. I don't have any S's in my name.
J is a nice letter too. The artist known as S.
So now I have proof. I have on-camera proof that this S is the signature of internationally famous author Sylvia McNicoll. Okay.
Do I sign this too?
Yes,
This is
they're both.
I'll have to do it here.
You know what? I will just make a J because it's all the room we have.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel. Buy the book. Christmas is coming. So easy to wrap.
Thank you very much for watching. This has been our very special episode of Paint with Jen. Thank you for staying with us and painting with us today. Thank you so much, Mom. Internationally famous Sylvia McNicoll.
So internationally famous.
Please buy this book and look up all of my mom's wonderful, wonderful books. I am going to leave links in the description below for Sylvia McNicoll's website and maybe some Amazon links, I don't know, so you can buy Body Swap. Because it's actually a really good book. It's a good one. And I'm not just saying that because she came on my show. So, yeah, that's it. Like, comment, and subscribe.